everyone, and welcome to CPHS Channel 6 cablecast of our version of the War of the Worlds. Tonight, in a jam-packed Memorial Stadium, the Port Huron High Big Reds host the Port Huron Northern Huskies. And this, ladies and gentlemen, it could be their biggest game of the season for both teams. Not much to say about the interdivision clash that's going to go on here. Joining us in the booth, Jim Schultz, and your comments, Jim, about tonight's game.
Eric, the Army-Navy game, the Michigan State game, it's the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions game, Eric. I'll tell you, exciting.
Coming in tonight's contest, the Port Huron High Big Reds have shown improvement the last 2 weeks. They come in 1-5 on the year, 1-4 in the MAC Red Division. And the Northern Huskies, starting off with a bang at 3-0, have struggled the last 3 weeks. They're 3-3, 2-3 in the league. But Jim, they just went through the toughest part of their schedule.
Yeah, Port Huron Northern's played some extremely tough teams. Has come out on the short end of the stick, and really, Eric, has got themselves kind of beaten up the last 2 games anyhow. Where the Port Huron Big Reds have played Roseville and Chippewa Valley with 1 win and 1 loss there, but they played Chippewa Valley very tough. But you can throw that all out the window, Eric, because this is Port Huron Huskies Big Red game.
Tonight, the teams play for the Brick Fowler Memorial Trophy in honor of Brick Fowler, a man who dedicated so much of his time and effort to the success of the sports programs in this Blue Water area. And that trophy will be presented to tonight's winning team. The Northern Huskies, Jim, have, fortunately for Craig Delkey and company, have won the last 6 meetings, and they have a significant edge in the overall series, 25-6.
Well, I want to tell you, if Jimmy Greek was here, Eric, you could almost bet who he'd put his money on. Yeah, I want to tell you, Coach Delkey and the Huskies have had kind of a field day against the Big Reds, and who knows for tonight?
It's senior night also here for Port Huron High School. This, their final home game of the 1991 season. The Huskies, on the other hand, play here, Jim, for, I believe, 3 weeks in a row. Counting tonight, they'll finish their season here at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, and that's a very, very nice note as far as Coach Delkey is concerned. Here goes the seniors, Eric. I don't know if you want to try to catch them.
Well, that's the starting lineup for Northern being announced.
That's right. I'm sorry.
It's very difficult for us, ladies and gentlemen, to hear the signals from the truck as well as the PA system tonight. George Mosier, the voice of the Big Reds. This is a Big Red home game. The Huskies, though, familiar, of course, with Memorial Stadium, obviously wearing their white and gold uniforms, the Big Reds in their traditional home red and white.
Yeah. Eric, I don't know if the TV viewers were able to, if we brought the telecast on in time, but when we had the Huskies band out there and also the Big Red band out there, Eric, what a very, very beautiful sight it was out there. And I want to tell you, they have both the sides of this stadium lit up and ready to go as far as the fans are concerned.
Starting tonight for the Northern Huskies offensively, Dave Henderson, number 1. Number 3, Chris Hall. Number 5, Troy Schneider. Troy Schneider, a sophomore, Jim. That's a story in itself, along with, of course, the Big Reds sophomore quarterback. Also starting on the offensive unit for the Huskies, number 22 is Rod Fleet. Number 26 is Brian Kovach. Number 59 is Rich Armstead. Number 64 is Bob Kearns. Number 72, Joe Giroux. Number 79, Richard Lalonde. And number 99 is Marv Dupree. And Marv, that giant size of a fullback there for the Huskies offensive unit.
Marv Dupree, a senior, 6'3", 230 pounds. And I want to tell you, our linebackers and our defensive line for the Big Reds is going to have a heck of a thing. And if you just notice, they're going to introduce the seniors here for the Big Reds, Eric.
I believe that's correct. Number 11 is Rufus Brown. Number 12, of course, Aaron Carpenter. Also coming into your focus here, number 14, Brian Schaefer. Number 21, Matt Scheffler. Number 31, Mike Mills. Number 30, Doug Rogan.
32.
Number 42, Chris Allen. Number 41 was David Reno. Number 40 was Thad Middleton. Number 44 is Jason Carrier. Number 45 is Aaron Justa. These the seniors now playing their final home game for the Big Reds. Number 46 is Eric Pavlinick. Number 50, Ted Setzer. Number 54, Steve Smith. Number 56, Carlos Ellis. Number 57, Andy Moore. Number 60, Todd Tasia. Number 66, Joseph Leonard. Number 69, Ron Franklin. Number 70, Chris Ward. Number 71, Dan Henry. Number 72 is Carl Lewandowski. Number 74 is Jeff Hunger. Number 77 is William Smith. Number 78, Vincent Smith. Number 79, Dean Trudell. Number 80, Todd Nelson. Number 81, Anthony Newton. Number 82, John Spatafor. Number 83, Chris Collins. And number 84, Chad Wetzel. Those the seniors tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for the Big Reds playing their final home game here at Memorial Stadium. And for the parents and for the players alike, Jim, this is a bittersweet moment.
Yeah, Eric, for a lot of these gentlemen, Eric, this is going to be for the seniors of the Big Reds. This will be the last of their football career, Eric. Some will go on and play other places, but the majority of them will. This will finish up their football career here at the Memorial Stadium. And I want to tell you, their parents and friends and relatives are awfully excited for these young gentlemen, Eric.
The Northern Huskies seniors will play their final home game, of course, the last game of the season, November 1st, when the Huskies host Grosse Pointe North, and proudly, CPHS Channel 6 will bring you that contest as well.
Well, let's talk about the sophomore quarterbacks. We got Snyder over there on the Husky side, and you got Weinkoop over here on the Big Red side, Eric. And Snyder started the season right off and has done a fine job over there for the Port Huron Northern Huskies. On this particular side, this will be the third ball game for Mr. Dwayne Weinkoop. And he also will be a fine one, Eric. And it's a little unusual, Eric, that you come into a ball game such as this and have two sophomore starting quarterbacks.
Dwayne fared really well with the JV this year until he was brought up, and I remember Troy Snyder coaching at Chippewa when he was an 8th grader playing for Howland Woods. And if my memory serves me correct, I think they beat us by a score of 40-6. We didn't play quite that well that day, and they played really well. And Troy Snyder, I can remember telling my coaches that that young man's got a future.
Yeah, Eric, and to carry it down just a little bit farther, other than their football ability, both of them are fine gentlemen. Both of them have very nice folks, Eric.
The Big Reds won the toss. They have deferred until the second half. The Northern Huskies will receive to start tonight's ball game. The electricity, Jim, in this stadium is higher than I've ever seen it.
Oh, Eric.
For some reason, the electricity here is just dynamite.
It is. It's just really nice to be a part of it, Eric.
Set to do the kicking duties for Port Huron High, number 43, Gordon Carrier. And deep for the Huskies, 42 is Andre Powell. And number 32 for Northern is Anthony Powell. Referees making one final check.
I want to tell you, Eric, right now on both sides of that football, the butterflies are flying. And after this first contact, it'll sure help settle those butterflies down.
Well, there's the whistle. We're set to go. It's the Big Reds and the Huskies. And a squib kick. Short kick comes down to the Northern player at the 40. He fights his way across the 45, where it will be first down and 10 for Northern in pretty decent field position.
Very good field position for the Huskies, Eric. Number 54, I believe it was John Clark in on that. He's a senior defensive end, 5'11", 160 pounds. If I have the number correctly, was either him or Kurt Conley.
The wideouts for the Huskies. Number 1 is Dave Henderson. Number 3 is Chris Hall. The quarterback, number 5, Troy Schneider. In motion is Gladchen. Play action. Schneider looking, throwing, complete. Lots of running room on the right side of that field. Down inside the 15.
Brian Kovac on that reception from Schneider, tackled by number 22, Corey Bonner.
And the Northern Huskies, with that run and shoot offense, known for the big play, and they get one on the very first snap of offensive possession. That a 38-yard pickup, first down and 10 for Northern at the Big Red 14.
Well, the Big Reds come and showed a blitz, Eric, and Schneider rolled away from it and was able to find the receiver and made a heck of a nice gain.
Kovacs was in motion. Fleet is the ball carrier. Flag on the play.
Where the flag was thrown, Eric, don't be surprised if we don't come up with a face mask penalty.
And that is the call. They'll tack on a few more yards.
This is tough right now, Eric, on the young Port Huron Reds defense, Eric. They're a young, inexperienced squad, although they played very well the last 2 ball games, Eric, but you hate to start off a big ball game like this where you're back against the wall.
First and goal now from the 5 for Northern. Just underway here at Memorial Stadium. And a big play for both teams. The wideouts are Henderson and Hall. Dupree, the big fullback, 99. In motion is Fleet. The ball's given off to Dupree off the right side. He barrels his way in for the score. And Northern on 3 plays go 54 yards for the first score.
Big series of downs for the Huskies, Eric. They broke the big one, executed well to punch it in for the 6 points. And now it'll be interesting to see where they go for the pad or where they go for the 2, Eric. My guess is, Eric, they'll try to take the extra point, get that point on the board, and let the Big Reds chase them from there.
Out of the hole to Glatchen, Troy Schneider to do the kicking. Flag on the play. The kick is up. It's got plenty of distance. And let's see what the call is. The kick was good. Our official signifies illegal motion against the Northern Huskies. Jim, with the kicking leg of Troy Schneider and the distance he had on that attempt, is not going to make much difference.
No, Troy Schneider's got an awful strong leg, Eric. Now, Troy Schneider, as most of the viewers know, also plays soccer, Eric, and he's an excellent soccer player too, and so consequently that's part of where the strength will come from that leg.
The holder, I correct myself, is 26, Brian Kovacs. The kick is up. And it's no good. Off to the left. And so with 10:52 to go, first quarter, the Huskies lead 6-0. And Jim setting up that touchdown, of course, that big 38-yard pass from Schneider to Kovacs, very first play of the game.
Yeah, and if Corey Bonner didn't get over there from the other safety, from his other cornerback position, Eric, he would have took it in all the way himself, although they scored anyhow. But big play. The receiver came out and turned to the sideline, hit it, then turned it upfield with a couple of nice blocks there to set the tone, and he went down the sideline. And as you said, Eric, a 38-yard gainer.
Number 12, Aaron Carpenter, deep for the Big Reds. Number 23 is Shaka Smith. Both very interesting runners when they get the football and can be very exciting. To do the kicking for Northern, number 22 is Rod Fleet. We're set to go. Fleet's kick, line drive kick will come down to Carpenter at the 15. Little play action. Carpenter trying to get to the outside, cuts up to the middle, will be tripped up by 19, I believe, for Northern. That was
19.
Dave Beyer.
Dave Beyer, he's a junior, 6-footer, 160-pounder, Eric.
The Big Reds now will put the ball into play, 1st and 10 from their own 26.
Well, what the Big Reds need to do now, they need to sustain a drive, Eric. Go ahead and get a score if they possibly can and get the momentum back to being even Steven.
Out of the I formation, second man through Carpenter, pickup of about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 28.
Very, very close, Eric, to a late hit there, but the ref didn't flag it, so he said it wasn't.
Clock running, 10:09 and counting, first quarter. The whiteout now, Shaka Smith and Cole. The ball given off to Justa, the fullback. He's across the 30, a pickup of about 3. It's 3rd down and 6 now from just over the 30-yard line.
Yeah, what you're going to see from both coaches, Eric, because it's so early in the ball game, you're not going to see them vary from their game plan yet, Eric, neither team.
Tight formation now. Eric Ratchey is the wingback out of the I formation. Emosius Smith. Weinkoop rolls to his left, looks, tucks the ball now. He tried to hit the seam, but the Northern Huskies defended that very well. Pickup of about 1 possibly, and it'll bring up 4th and long now for the Big Reds.
Yeah, it sure looks like it's going to be a putting situation for the Big Reds, Eric.
Fourth and 5 from the 32. Aaron Carpenter set to do the punting. Deep for Northern is number 31. And that's Bobby Robinson. Line drive kick. Takes 1 bounce. Robinson almost picked it up, but decided to let it go. And the Huskies will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 38.
Very, very close, Eric, to making a bad mental mistake there as far as the Husky receiver was concerned, Eric. That darn near ticked his leg.
We've got a discussion at midfield with the referee and the Huskies. Illegal motion against the Big Reds, declined by Northern. They will take over 1st and 10 from their own 37.
Not bad field position for the Huskies again, Eric. Not quite as well as what they did with the kickoff, but still not bad field position to start at the 37, their own 37-yard line. The Big Reds definitely are going to need to be able to stop the Huskies, Eric, and keep them out of that end zone.
In motion is Glatchen. Little counter given off to Glatchen off the right side. Pickup of about 5, number 20 in on the stop for Port Huron High.
Tim Dennis, Eric. He's a junior. Let's see what he weighs here. Tim Dennis, junior, 5'8", 165-pounder.
It's a pickup of 3. The line of scrimmage was the 38. 2nd and 7 now from the 41. This time the wideouts, number 81 is Jason Mikulak. And number 32 is Anthony Powell. In motion is Fleet. Ball's given off to Kovac on the counter off the left side. He had 1 man to beat, and that was Carlos Ellis, who makes a nice tackle for the Big Reds.
Little misdirection play by the Huskies, Eric. And then with the counter right back at it, and there was a hole that they could have drove a truck through, and Kovac just took her down for a heck of a nice game.
That's another Northern Husky 1st down. 1st and 10 now from the Big Red 46. We'll call it the 45. Fleet is the setback. In motion, Glatchen to his left. Schneider off to Fleet. Across the 45, met by a host of Big Reds led in there by number 42.
Chris Allen on the initial hit there, Eric. A defensive end. He's a senior 6-footer, 180-pounder.
Pickup of 4. It's 2nd and 6 now from the 41.
So far, the Big Reds is playing an awful soft secondary position there, Eric. They're backed off the line 10, 12 yards.
Glatchen was in motion, play action. Schneider rolls to his right. The pass is complete to Fleet out in the flats. And he's across the 25. Well, let's say that he was out of bounds just short of the 25. And that is a first down.
That particular play, Eric, will be there all night long as the Port Huron Big Reds play such a soft secondary, Eric. The cornerbacks is backed off the line far where the Huskies receivers are cutting in and cutting in between the linebackers and those cornerbacks, and that's a zone that's open for them right now, and that looks like what the Huskies are going to attack.
From the 26 now, 1st and 10 for Northern. They're on the move again. In motion was Fleet. The ball's given off to Fleet. Pickup of about 3. It's 2nd down 7 now from the 23.
It looks like the Big Reds' defensive strategy, Eric, as far as their secondary softness that we just spoke about, closes in once they get in maybe the 30-yard line, Eric. Now they've tightened it up just a little bit here.
In motion is Kovac. Schneider drops back. Dupree makes a good block. The pass is complete to Glatchen at the 15 and down to about the 13. Close to a Northern first down.
Glatchen was wide open out there in the flat. He didn't know that he was that wide open. He turned it to the inside thinking that he might be able to elude the defender, and there was nobody defending him. When he turned it to the inside, Eric, he turned it right into the pursuit of the Big Reds.
And with 5:20 to go here in the first quarter, the Northern Huskies, a well-oiled machine so far. They're up by a score of 6-0, and they're driving once again at the 13. 1st and 10. In motion again, Kovac. Schneider off the Fleet. He cuts to the outside, trying to get around, and is run out of bounds. But it's a big pickup again for the Huskies.
Well, Rod Fleet, Eric, what he does there, Eric, is he scoots it to the outside, gives the fake of turning it into the up, I should say, and then back to the outside. And with his speed, he's been able to run right around that defensive end, Eric.
It's 2nd down now and 1. The ball at the 5. The wideouts now are Robinson and Powell. In motion, Kovac. Ball given off to Kovac. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Appears to have the first down. Well, actually, they're going to spot the ball at about the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down.
Big 3rd down play for the Big Reds, Eric. But I can guarantee you this, Coach Delkey will go for that if that's the same yardage on 4th down. I sincerely believe he will. I should retract that because Snyder's got such a strong foot. Put another 3 points on that board, makes a big 3 points.
Holland. Henderson, the wideouts. In motion is Fleet. Schneider looking into the end zone. Looks, throws. Incomplete. Intended for Henderson.
Good pass coverage by the Big Reds, Eric. Schneider wasn't able to find anybody. He had to try to force that in. And again, good coverage by the defenseman there, Eric. And the receiver was unable to pull that in for 6 points.
Chris Collins into the ball game now for the Big Reds. And the Huskies on a 4th and 2 from the 5. Marvin Dupree, the fullback, in, along with Gladchen and Fleet. In motion is Gladchen. Bootleg Schneider looking, he's going, cuts up into the end zone. Troy Schneider, and I'm not so sure, Jim, that that play was planned for and designed for that young man.
Well, Eric, I seem to think it was. I thought Marvin Dupree might have been in there for a decoy, and they faked the option to him to take it straight up, and Schneider rolled out looking for the receiver, and when he wasn't there, thought that he had enough D-light to take it in, and actually he did. He cut it in between the defensive end and was able to take it in for 6.
Schneider's kick is up, and it's good, and with 3:56 to go, the Northern Huskies taking command. They're up 13-0 here in the first quarter. I'll tell you, Jim, the Northern Huskies have shown no signs of depression in this game following those 3 losses they've had.
No, Eric, they've come out and looked very, very well. Although the Big Reds has given them some particular plays, and the Huskies has went ahead and taken the rest. It'll be interesting to see if how the Big Reds defense makes the adjustment to try to be able to stop that Husky offense.
This CPHS timeout reminds us to watch this fall for the season opener of Adventures in Sherwood Forest. Geared toward elementary age children, this series takes you back to the era of knights and wizardry. It's produced by our own television production class here at CPHS Channel 6.
Well, only 4 minutes left in the first quarter, Eric, and it's been all Huskies.
Rod Fleet, squib kick. Rolls all the way down to Shaka Smith at about the 10. Smith looking for a seam, gets through. Oh, what a nice defensive play out there by number 24. And I'll tell you, Shaka Smith could have had daylight.
That was Mike Lashbrook on the tackle there, Eric. He's a junior, 5'6", 154-pounder. And Shaka Smith came awful close to breaking that. And again, Aaron Carpenter being the decoy there a little bit, and rightfully so, because he's had pretty good success in returning kickoffs.
The Big Reds now starting 1st and 10 at their own 47. This, their second offensive drive. Pass is tipped incomplete, intended for Carpenter. Troy Schneider's 5-yard run, Jim, capped an 11-play, 63-yard drive for the Huskies.
Very, very impressive, Eric. They look very, very impressive. On that particular play there, Weinkoop overthrew Carpenter. It was designed to be a screen pass, and just weren't able to execute there, Eric. Weinkoop needs to get a pass underneath his belt to draw a little bit of confidence.
2nd and 10, clock stop with 3:33 to go. Ball's given off to Carpenter. He cuts into the daylight. Oh, and catching up to him from behind, number 88, the big defensive end for Northern. That's Doug Elcock.
He's a senior, 5'9", 160-pounder, and I want to tell you, one more step and Carpenter would have been gone.
That an 18-yard pickup brings up a 1st down and 10 for the Big Reds at the Northern 34.
Four-year Big Reds needs a
momentum builder.
Excuse me, couldn't get it out.
Out of the I formation with Justa and Carpenter. Off to Carpenter off the left side. Twists and turns. Pick up about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 33.
John Pickett on the initial hit. He's a senior, 5'9", 160-pounder, and he likes to hit, Eric.
What a beautiful night for football.
Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Nice weather out there. Probably about a 4 or 5 mile an hour wind. It's just perfect.
Wing left now for the Big Reds. Ball's loose. Weinkoop picks it up. and I believe he's going to be whistled dead at the snap. That is correct. He recovered his own fumble, but his knee touched the ground, and that's where they will mark his forward progress. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 now from the 34. It's 3rd and 9, actually.
Big down right here for the Big Reds, Eric.
Wing right now, Shaka Smith. Handoff to Smith at the line of scrimmage on the wingback counter. No pickup. It's 4th down and 9 now for the Big Reds.
And it looks like possibly the Big Reds might go for it, Eric.
Andy Moore into the ball game for Port Huron High. Big play now offensively for the Big Reds, defensively for the Northern Huskies. 1:23 to go, first quarter. Northern 13-0 over their rivals from the south end. Double wideouts now. Nelson and Smith. Weinkoop looking, throwing, and it's intercepted by, I believe that's Andre Powell, number 42. A flag is thrown. Andre Powell on the interception for Northern.
That'll be his second interception of the season.
The officials conferring here on this side of the field. At any rate, whatever the call, it will be a Northern possession. Northern is called for clipping after the interception. The mark-off will be against the Huskies, but they'll have the ball 1st and 10.
Dwayne Weinkoop put that pass up into a lot of defensive coverage, Eric, and again was thrown high. I'm not so sure that maybe he isn't quite setting up to be able to throw, because both times those passes that he's thrown was high. The screen pass to Carpenter was high, and now this one out here to his wideout also was thrown high.
Northern has it now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. This, Jim, the deepest start for the Northern Huskies offensively. The wideouts are Henderson and Hall. Kovac in motion. Ball's given off to Kovac off the right side. Tim Dennis in on the stop for the Big Reds.
Yeah, Eric, he's back from an injury, and it's nice to see him back on that defensive squad for the Big Reds.
Pickup of 5. It's 2nd down and 5 from the 20.
Well, Eric, you know what it's like to be able to execute on that first down and be successful in that first down where it takes off, gives you a lot of leeway to go from there. Second and 5 is a nice place to work from.
Glatchen now in motion. Ball's given off to Glatchen, and he is stopped cold. Loss on the play of about 3. It'll be 3rd down now and 8 from the 17.
Extremely nice defensive play by the Big Reds, Eric.
Our first quarter comes to a close here at Memorial Stadium. And I'll tell you, Jim, there's not much elbow room here. The Northern Huskies taking command early. They're up by a score of 13-0. Well, tell us. Go ahead.
Tell us what?
I was going to ask you where the Sandusky Redskins are going today.
Sandusky's home tonight, Eric, and they're against Reese. Last week, Sandusky got their butts beat up a little bit by USA, and I would think those old Redskins are going to be madder than a hornet. And look out Reese, because I think they're going to give them quite a thumping. I know Rick Tank up there, the head coach there, was a little disappointed in the Redskins, and so this week's practice was a little tough on the boys.
I've had a few people ask me, Jim, in recent weeks, just how long ago was it that you played football up there in the old farm country?
About 25 years ago.
right, here we go. 3rd down and 8 for the Huskies. Schneider rolling to his left. Wide open is Chris Hall at the 31, and he is stopped. But that will be a Husky 1st down to start the 2nd quarter.
Hall, Eric, that's his 14th reception and he came in with 204 yards in receptions. And when you said he was wide open, he was wide open. There wasn't anybody any closer than 8-10 yards from him, Eric, when he received that ball.
Just underway here in the 2nd quarter. The Northern Huskies have shown they can move the ball offensively against the Big Red defense. Whether it be on the ground or in the air, they are in command thus far. Schneider off to Fleet, off the right side. Stopped at about the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3, and it'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Tim Dennis missed him with the first initial hit, and then in comes Chris Allen to be able to wrestle Rod Fleet down. Rod Fleet is the leading rusher there, Eric. He's rushed for 259 yards coming in tonight's game. You know, we're talking about the Northern's offense, Eric. When you've got a balanced attack as far as number of plays passing and rushing, Eric, it really puts a lot of pressure on that defensive unit.
Robinson and Powell, the wideouts now. The flip pass to Robinson on the reverse. He will be stopped at about the 40-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup and close to a 1st down.
He was tripped up there by number 55, Eric. Josh Allen fought off the block and was able to get a hand in there to try to trip him up, but he was still able to pick up nice yardage, Eric, on that particular play.
3rd down now and 1. The wideouts now for Northern, number 81, Jason Mikulaic on the far side of the field. Chris Hall is wide to the right. Glatchen in motion. The ball's given off to Glatchen, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 5, and it'll bring up now 4th and long for the Huskies. And on this possession, Jim, the Big Reds have held.
Jason Carrier and Dan Van Buskett in on that tackle, Eric, and they stuffed him right there in the backyard, and that's where they kept him. Big play by the Big Reds defense. That's the first time they've been able to stop the Huskies.
I'm curious to see, though, if Coach Delkey at this point in the ball game, up by 13 points, is just toying around a little bit right now. That was quite a conservative call.
Yeah, Eric, but that was short yardage. It was only 1 yard thing, and I think everybody in the stadium was looking for him to pass.
Good high, long punt down to Aaron Carpenter. Still on his feet and finally wrestled down by a host of Northern players. Brian Weiss was the punter for Northern, and that a very good punt.
Excellent punt. Excellent effort by Aaron Carpenter, Eric. But the Husky kicker there, Eric, he's been averaging, I believe, almost 39 yards a punt. No, 35 yards a punt. So he's been doing a fine job of punting that ball, Eric. And nice hang time, which makes it extremely nice.
1st down and 10 now for the Big Reds at the 38. They move from our right to our left. Out of the I formation. Carpenter, the 2nd man through. Big hole up the middle. He's out to midfield. And that will be a Big Red 1st down.
Yeah, Eric, and he got tripped up, and if he was able to turn it to the outside, I think you would have seen a lot of daylight there. The Huskies' defensive line is doing a lot of jumping around and making it extremely hard for blocking assignments for the Port Union Reds' offensive line. But that's where the quickness comes in with the Huskies' lighter line.
Out of the I formation now, in motion, Ratchey to his right. Ball given off to Carpenter, this time off the left side. And the Northern Huskies have stuffed it pretty darn well. Number 77 leading the charge. And that is Brian Schaefer.
Well, you know the Huskies are going to kind of key on Carpenter because Carpenter coming into this particular game has had 2 games over 100 yards rushing, and so they're going to be keying on Carpenter just a little bit.
2nd down and 9 from the Northern 49. Pitch goes to Carpenter off the left side, nothing going, but he cuts to his right or left, picks up about 5, and Aaron Carpenter looking like he had a telescope through all that mess.
Very nice cutback move by Carpenter, Eric, because it didn't look like there was too much out there to the outside. Again, Weinkoop's having a little bit of trouble with receiving that snap from the center. But I think that's probably from nerves and trying to pull it back and get the play started a little quicker than what the center's giving it to him.
Wetzel now is wide left, and Shaka Smith is wide right. Weinkoop off to Carpenter, the first man through. He's into the northern secondary, across the 30 down to the 29.
I'll tell you, that Carpenter kid's strong, Eric. He's pulling the defenders right along with him.
The ball marked at the 30. The Big Reds have a 1st and 10 at the northern 30. 7 minutes and counting, second quarter. It's the Huskies so far, 13. The Big Reds yet to score. Ball given off to Justa off the right side. You know, after all these years we've done this, you would think I could get right and left straightened out. I still have to think about it twice before I say right or left. It's hard to watch all that's going on and figure out whether he's going to the right or the left. Or...
Well, yeah, Eric, you got to tie.
plus I'm getting old.
You do like I do, tie a red ribbon on the right hand or a blue ribbon on the left.
Okay, unbalanced now for the Big Reds. Ball given off to Justa. Nice job by Aaron Justa down to about the 20. And that is close to a Big Red first down.
And it looks like they are going to, well, yep, they're going to move the chains, Eric, so that is a first down. And again, by using Justa in that backfield, Eric, it's making the Husky defense be honest just a little bit. And don't be surprised to see Justa being used a little bit more tonight than what we've seen earlier, because I want to tell you, that Justa kid is an extremely good running back also.
Weinkoop off to Carpenter. He looks for a tough couple yards. Well, actually, possibly 4 as the ball will be marked at about the 15. And the Big Reds showing some composure here, Jim. 5:50 to go in the second quarter. And they have held Northern scoreless so far and are showing that they, too, have the ability now to move the ball a little bit. Todd Nelson, number 80, coming off the field on his own power but shaken up a bit. Second and 6 now from the 15. Weinkoop off to Justa. Justa still on his feet and will be wrestled down. They'll spot the ball at about the 13-yard line. Well, maybe I stand corrected.
Well, Eric, if they didn't stop that ball at the 13-yard line, that's a little injustice there because he was tied up pretty well.
Mm-hmm. They must have ruled that he tried to make the break on his own. And so it'll be 3rd down and 11 now. Actually, it's 3rd down and 7. The ball marked at the 17.
Well, you got to, what you want to notice here is look how the defensive cornerbacks and the linebackers are playing this particular position. They're playing nothing but for the run.
Weinkoop looking into the end zone. It's thrown short, intended for Andy Cole, I believe, 86. And it'll bring up now 4th down. Coming on to the field, number 13 is Jason Landshut. And the Big Reds now decide they're going to call timeout. It looked like they were trying to get their field goal unit on the field, Jim.
That's what it looked like to me, too. Jason Carrier went in, and he's the field goal kicker along with Matt Scheffler. And some little disarray there. And Coach Rodenbauer decided, let's call timeout and get everything organized here.
This CPHS Sports Timeout gives us an opportunity to remind you folks to watch Spotlight on Port Huron each week. Tuesdays at 6:30, Thursdays at 7. Spotlight is an informative half-hour program showcasing local celebrities and groups.
Great job.
Have you got your invitation yet?
No.
They keep telling me they're going to mail it out to you. I mean,
I'm tired of them telling me it's in the mail, it's in the mail.
Okay, Coach Rodenbaugh has talked things over and decided that we're going to go for this 3 points with 4:36 to go.
Well, let's not forget who's holding the ball. That's Aaron Carpenter, the ex-quarterback.
Carrier to do the kick. This, ladies and gentlemen, a 34-yard field goal attempt. It's up. It's heading in that direction, and it's good.
A beautiful 34-yard kick here. He just got through the inroads. The refs were watching to see if it would clear it, and I think it did tick it and fall through, Eric. That's a big 3 points for the Big Reds, Eric, because they didn't come away with nothing. They at least got 3.
With 4:26 to go in the second quarter, the Big Reds are on the board. Now it's Northern 13 and the Big Reds 3. And that, Jim, 34-yard field goal by Carrier. A 7-play, 62-yard drive with that field goal.
His longest field goal coming into this particular attempt, Eric, was 26 yards, so he just tacked on another 8 yards to that leg of his. A nice snap, a nice hold, and a nice kick, Eric.
Deep for the Northern Huskies are the Powell brothers. Anthony Powell, 32. Andre Powell, 42. Matt Scheffler in now to do the kicking for the Big Reds.
I wonder if those boys could possibly be twins, Eric.
Good. Long kick comes down to Powell. That's Anthony Powell at the 8. He crosses the 25, still on his feet as he wrestles his way out to about the 31-yard line. And the Northern Huskies will take over first down and 10, moving from our left to our right.
The Huskies set up a very nice wall there, Eric, and Powell was able to get to the wall and then execute and then get through the wall. A nice return by the Huskies.
Clock running now, 4:15 to go here in the first half. Wideouts, Henderson, number 1, he's wide left. Chris Hall, number 3, he's wide right. Fleet is the setback. Schneider, the quarterback, and it's Kovac in motion. Play action, Troy Schneider looking, throwing. It's caught by Glatchen at the 40. He fights his way out to the 45 for another Northern first down.
And Eric, we talked about that. That play is going to be there, Eric, until the Port Huron Big Reds will tighten up that defense. They put a play action run in there. Snyder rolls out. With that play action, he freezes the linebackers, which is automatically playing off the line. And the receiver's going in, and he's ducking in between the linebackers and the cornerbacks. And there's quite a gap there, and they've been able to take advantage of the way the Big Reds defensive unit is playing. I should say the secondary unit is playing.
Looked like almost identical play that Schneider scored on his 5-yard run.
Yep, I believe it was, Eric.
Schneider drops back, looks, screen pass is caught by Kovac at the 44. Stays on his feet as he's wrestled down across midfield. Let's see where they spot the ball. Yep, at the 49. That'll be a 7-yard pickup. We'll call it 6. Second down now and 4 from the 49.
And again, Eric, when you're able to have your rushing and your passing attack both being reasonably successful, Eric, it's extremely tough on that defensive unit.
Hall now and Robinson Powell are the wideouts. Kovac is in motion. Troy Schneider bootleg to his left. Looks, throws. Caught at about the 37, but there is a flag on the play in the backfield of the Northern Huskies. Let's see what the call is.
Well, that's going to come back, Eric. It's going to be called holding on the Huskies as Schneider tried to roll out to his left. The defensive end tried to shed the block, and he was being held there.
Clock stopped with 2:37 to go. 13-3 our score, and if you're a Husky fan, you've got to be happy about that.
Not a bad idea by the Husky offense there. You know, as far as holding, Eric, there's nothing wrong with it if you can get away with it. And this particular time they were caught, and it's coming back.
You know, there's a heck of a battle going on down there on the line of scrimmage. I'm getting the numbers as we progress here, but boy, we'd like to give credit as we progress with this ball game to those interior linemen, both offensively and defensively. They really go at one another.
Oh, yeah, Eric.
Second down now, and 20 from the 35. Kovacs goes wide, way in motion to his left. Looking, throwing. It's caught by Fleet at the 40. He breaks one tackle, and he's hemmed in by number 21 then, I think, is Matt Scheffler.
Yeah, he was tackled by Matt Scheffler. Again, Eric, though, nobody around Mr. Fleet. He had to be at least 10 yards wide open, and that's tough. You give him 10 yards, and it's very hard to stop that offense. Although it was a nice open field tackle by Scheffler, because that could have turned into a first down very easily.
Third down and 13 now. The Northern Huskies perhaps with their biggest play offensively. Here with 1:33 and counting here in the second quarter. Schneider drops back. He looks, throws long across the middle. It's caught at the 45 by number 81, Jason Mikulaic, I believe. And that is a nice catch out there for Jason. A Northern first down. But there is a flag. And it's against the Huskies once again.
Well, it must be holding, and that's a shame if you're a Husky fan, Eric. That was a first down there. A great reception.
Fine execution by the Northern Huskies, specifically in that passing area.
But notice who made the tackle on that particular play. That was Jason Carrier. Jason Carrier is the nose guard on the defense, playing a nose guard or a linebacker, however you like to play it over the thing. He had to roll back almost 20 yards, Eric, to bring down that ball carrier.
Third down and almost a trip to the bank, Jim, on this one. 3rd and 28 from the Northern 27. Anthony Powell wide right, and Dave Henderson wide left. In motion is Kovacs. Play action, Schneider looks, rolls now to his right, gets the ball off to Kovacs, the safety man. Oh, nice move out there as he cuts to his left and breaks upfield. He'll be dropped at about the 33-yard line. And the Big Reds will call timeout here with 41 ticks left here in the first half.
Well, Kovacs showed Mr. Mills a few of his moves and went right around Mills, but thank God for the other Huskies coming up and be able to stop that and turn it into a fourth down.
This CPHS timeout gives us a chance to ask you, did you know that juniors and seniors in the Port Huron Area School District can take television production classes through CPHS Channel 6? In the full year, class students learn to write scripts, use video equipment, and edit productions that can be seen on Channel 6. Talk to the counselor at your school for further information. And Jim, it's always a pleasure to compliment the work and effort that these kids do with their productions, especially with this award-winning sports crew.
I want to tell you, they do a very, very nice job, Eric. You know, they brave the weather that is at the present, and which tonight is very nice. But you know, we've been here, Eric, when they've been up there in the sleet and the rain, and it's been deathly cold, and they've done it under all kinds of conditions, and they've done an extremely nice job, and we're very proud of them.
Well, Jim, with 41 seconds, you gonna go for the black?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, let's see what transpires here as the official has whistled the ball into play.
But personally, that's what I would do, but I don't believe the Big Reds are going to do that. And I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but I think the Big Reds is going to try to set it up with Aaron Carpenter back there and see if they can't break him loose for a fast score.
Good snap. Oh, he juggled the snap, but it was a good snap. Brian Weiss, good high kick. It's touched by a Big Red, and Aaron Carpenter very wisely covers up for Port Huron High. And they'll have it with 33 seconds to go. The ball marked at the 35.
Very lucky that wasn't a costly mistake there, Eric, because that was on the 35-yard line of the Big Reds. And with the run and shoot offense that the Huskies have, they could possibly took that in for another score.
Andy Cole is wide left. Shaka Smith wide right. I formation look now for the Big Reds. Quarterback Dwayne Wynkoop. on the draw, given off to Carpenter, and the Huskies smelled that out really well.
Well, Eric, the crazy thing is, it looked like it was almost set up for the screen because there was 4 Huskies there, and Dwayne, he just decides to give it to Carpenter, but there was no place for Carpenter to go.
And the Big Reds call their final timeout here in the first half with 4 seconds left. The Huskies 13, the Big Reds 3. You know, the Northern Huskies started with a bang of fire, scoring 2 quick touchdowns, having that early lead. The Big Reds have held their composure here in the second quarter. They've only got the 3 points, but the second half is shaping up to be a dandy.
Yep, Eric, I think we're going to see some good football yet to come, Eric. I mean, we've seen a lot of football in this first half, and don't go away, folks, because it's going to be as good as the first half was, I'm sure, depending on what type of a fan you are, whether you're a Husky fan or a Big Red fan. You're going to see some hard-hitting football out there.
Well, whether they come by land or by sea, the Northern Huskies are known for that big play. And I'll tell you, you just never know when they're going to bust it.
Well, you know, they can score, and they can score so quick, Eric, that even when they're trailing, they can be right back in the ball game in a flash.
Okay, the respective coaches, Coach Delkey on the Northern side, Coach Rodenbaugh on the Big Red side, have talked things over. Had no idea if we might see a little razzle-dazzle in the Big Red form here, but anyway, 4 seconds to go, second down and 17 at their own 28. Pitch to Carpenter, he's looking, throwing long now, and it's caught by Shaka Smith. He breaks, he's got running room on the far side, but he's going to run out of room and run out of time. That a very fine executed play by the Big Reds, but time has expired here in the first half. Our score, the Huskies 13, the Big Reds 3.
Well, Eric, you know, the Huskies wasn't fooled on that. They had 3 defenders back there, but give all the credit in the world to Shaka Smith to pull that reception down. Beautiful, beautiful job by the Big Reds. He wasn't able to turn it up and take it into the end zone, but he sure still made it look very interesting.
That's the first half. It's 13-3, the Huskies. We'll be back shortly.